everyone. Have you ever come across a person who is extremely knowledgeable, very calm, and at the same time, when you speak to that person, you would find solutions for most of your problems? Biggest thing being that whenever you talk to that person, you would really feel very happy, elated, joyful, and you will never ever, have to worry about being bored with that person. These are your life path number threes, and we are going to talk about them today. With that, thank you very much, Renu, for joining in. And Edu-Astro is back with another episode in the life path number series, life path number three. Renu, let's talk about life path number three.
Sure, Kabir. Life path number three is the number of Trinity, which means the beginning, middle, and end. So, Trinity also means the body, mind, and soul, and is considered as the first perfect number. But it will be considered perfect only when you understand the purpose of your life. So, number three is associated with the planet Jupiter, which we also call as the planet of Guru. So, as you said before, that it's a very interesting number, very fun-loving number. So, if this number is in your numerological chart, it will have beautiful results that you can see during that period of time. So, their purpose of life is to develop impeccable communication on all levels. So, focus on communication and creativity. This is the must for life path number three. Life path number three is the expression of art, creativity, and expression. The three life path number is all about creative and inspiring. So the life path number is meant to perform and take center stage. They communicate brilliantly and are very expressive. They have very clear thought process. Those with life path number three tend to be more optimistic, extremely generous and giving souls, and are able to find positive things in everything around them. There's never a dull moment when you have a three life path number at your side, or they are in your friends group. You will always see their wit and charm and intelligence that amuse everybody who is there in the room. So they can be heartfelt listeners and look at the aspects of your life which you are not even aware of. These persons have great potential to achieve what they want in life, but only if they understand what is the purpose of their life is.
Very true. And as you said, Renu, this life path number is governed by the planet Jupiter. And here it becomes interesting because see, Jupiter as a planet or graha is the largest planet in the entire solar system. And it is very heavy too, right? Now, Jupiter is also called as Dev Guru. That means the teacher of the gods. Right? So, a person who has that counseling power and that type of knowledge and wisdom that he can teach all the gods, that is the characteristic of which comes in when you are ruled by Jupiter.
Right.
So, you will see these people, life path number three, they wherever they go, they're one of the biggest things will be that they will tend to do good wherever the person will go, and they will work for the betterment of others, showing them the right path. That is their inner calling. Till the time they don't do this, they will not feel happy, and because they are actually destined to do that. Right? They are also people who you will see they are very wise, and their applied knowledge is fantastic. Their higher learning is fantastic. Not only in terms of getting an MTech or PhD or etc., all those things, uh, but their higher learning in terms of really understanding the meaning of life, they are really understanding what goes on. That is very good with these guys, and obviously, it is not there since the beginning of time, like when they are born. But as they progress through their life, it starts improving, and they are able to grasp those things better. Thus, their philosophy increases. They become more philosophical, and they become very principled. They will have great ideals and principles for their own
Right.
life. Interesting fact: Jupiter, on one hand, is the planet for your wisdom and higher knowledge. On the other hand, it is also the planet for trust, religion, father, and your guru. But most importantly, it is the karka or significator for worthy things. You have to become worthy first, then Jupiter will shower his blessings. So number three, people, as you said, it is a trinity, right? So to
Yeah.
get the power of trinity, you first have to become worthy. For that, Jupiter will teach you lessons. For that, you will learn lessons in your entire life. Once you get
Right.
through that level, then the blessings will come. And the Jupiter is the planet of prosperity, of blessings, blessings from elders, all these
Right.
things. And when Jupiter showers its blessings, it is so huge that you can't even imagine. So even if Jupiter is trying to teach you something, it is because it wants to give you those blessings. So the life path number three, guys, their one of the biggest learnings of their life is to evolve themselves so that they get the blessings of the Trinity and thus improve their and others' life. At the same time, Jupiter is also the planet of expansion, teaching, counseling, right?
Yeah.
Pilgrimage, religious activities. So these are also the other things which you will see number threes will go through after a period of time. And lastly, the most interesting fact, Jupiter is a planet of legalities. So if you have a person who has extremely good Jupiterian skills, he or she will be able to understand law
Yeah.
of the land, or any particular thing which the person does, the entire nitty-gritties and loopholes of that, this person will be able to understand very well. So you will see very good lawyers, counselors, who know the loopholes. Those guys
Mm.
will come out extremely well when we are talking from a number three or Jupiter standpoint. You might not be a lawyer, but you will know the in and out of the entire system as to how the process works.
Right.
So this is what Jupiter will, give you as a blessing when Jupiter is ruling you, and specifically for number threes. These are there only that they need to evolve themselves to receive the blessings of the tree.
Right.
What other traits which we could talk about for number threes? When
So number three, their mantra, it's let's spread joy. That is what
yeah,
their mantra is, and they go by that. They
yeah,
are very attractive, they are charming, have a strong imagination, they're very creative. In the field of creativity, we would see so many personalities there. And they have a mark. Expressive, good at writing, good host, good sense of humor. People like to be around them, not only because of the qualities that I said, but because they are very charismatic personality, they are very good listeners, and
mm,
are very conscious of other people's feelings and emotions. So they can easily put the people around them at ease and make them feel comfortable. They enjoy their life in a way that they live it to the fullest. So they are more likely to live their life for today and not worry about tomorrow.
mm,
They're pretty flexible and adaptable in whichever environment they are. But as an individual, they don't, like somebody giving them orders a lot. They won't like that under supervision, working under that. They don't have that quality. So they are individuals, independent. They love their independence a lot. They only want a comfortable life for which they cannot compromise with. And they're active. So when I say active, their mental plane, if I would say if a mental plane is three, they are very active. They don't like boring and monotonous work. They will lose their joy and enthusiasm there. They will be lazy. They will be procrastinators.
mm.
So they need something wherein they are traveling, they are working. Whatever work they are put into, they make sure they make it, more of fun loving. They will attract such kind of people also.
Yeah, and you're correct because these number threes, as they grow, their own intelligence and wisdom, it grows to such a level but they are the ones who would be actually telling you what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. They can't work under other people. It becomes very difficult for them,
Right.
obviously. And can we talk about some famous personalities who are resonating with life path number three?
So, life path number three, the best part about this number that I have seen is that in any field you put them across, whether they are industrialists, whether they are actors, they are performers, or they are painters or writers, you will see that they do extremely good in whatever field they are in.
Yeah,
So, if you look at Narayana Murthy, Infosys founder, you have Gautam Adani, you have cricketer like Sachin Tendulkar, you have singers like Sonu Nigam, you have established actors like Ranbir Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor, right? So we
and
see the kind of persona that they carry. People remember them throughout. From the time you have started listening about them, you still talk about them. They are that kind of
yeah,
people,
you just cannot forget them.
right?
Exactly, the charm is like that. And
Right.
how would we calculate a number three with an example of a
So
birth date?
sure. So we will take a date today, that is 5th July 1989.
Mm,
So once we calculate 1989, that is 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9. So the total comes down to 9. So
mm,
5, that is the day, July month 7, 5 plus 7 plus 9. Total is 21. We will further reduce it to a single digit, that is 3.
three. Two plus one, three. Got it. Great. So we've talked about the characteristics. Now, can we go ahead and just segregate the strengths and the developmental areas for number threes?
Sure. So they are endowed with many talents. They are multi talented. They are distinguished by a great interest in the world and many hobbies.
Mm,
They have a keen and brilliant mind. They are gifted and exceptional magnetism and deep intuition. So they can be, they are very intuitive. Their mental level is very high. Intellects that we talk about,
yeah.
they take it for granted that the fate prepared for them. You know, at one point, it's a weakness or a negative part of it. But if we look at the positive part of it, is this does not mean that they are not aware of about the seriousness of life, but they
Correct.
understand that despair does not resolve problems, and being pessimistic or pessimism behavior, that is not the best way of settling things in life.
Yes, this is the most important part. They are going
Right.
to they are going to propagate positivity not only in their lives but in other lives also.
Right.
Yeah.
So they rarely seek to dominate others as they don't like to get dominated. Similarly, they don't have a habit of dominating anyone.
Mm,
They have a gift to fascinate and engage others. And
mm.
everyone, as I said, who met on their way will unable to resist their radiance and charm. So
Super.
this is, yeah. So number three, I think they are somebody, I would refer it to somewhat like number five, I would say, sort of
Mm,
that they match with those qualities. Weakness, the downside is that they dislike responsibility. They have a hard time taking responsibility seriously.
mm.
And probably they are not very good with money, though they are financially, they do good, but the way of handling money is they are not good at it, because they feel so positive about life. They figure everything will work itself out fine.
Mm. Got it.
They can be procrastinators, can become bored, as I said, that they are pretty active. If you give them something monotonous to work, they get bored very easily. They are critical, um, love to do gossiping at times, exaggerating certain things, do not want to work and enjoy just fun. They can become very jealous, and at times their energies are scattered. If they
Yeah.
don't understand their purpose of their life, these are the things which will impact them negatively. They can become depressed if they do not use their creative energy outlet. So when they are hurt emotionally, they tend to withdraw and become moody. and at times they become so shrewd while talking to somebody, or they pass on the comments to lash out at those around them. Whosoever is, they don't realize that how shrewd they have become. So their outlook in life is that matter what, eventually things will be okay. So with that attitude, at times people who are around them, they can get infuriated.
Because they
So
will not understand the positivity in them at that point of time. And one of
right,
the biggest qualities of Jupiter, who rules number 3, is that they don't like to fight. Jupiter doesn't like to fight. And if
right,
Jupiter gets hurt, he'll just get up and leave. That's
yeah,
it.
they will yeah,
They will just leave, withdraw. And after a period of time, after a point in time, that person who has hurt will be able to understand, oh my God, what have I lost? And will again go
right,
back to that same person and get them back. That is the
absolutely,
power of this number 3, the Jupiterian personalities. They will not indulge in fight because it doesn't matter to them. They are
right.
full in themselves.
Yeah, as
That's
we
how
said,
it
they have
works.
high intellect. Yeah.
High intellect. And as you said, can we sum up the careers? What type of careers these number 3s are very good for?
So, as I said before, they do really well in whichever field they are in. However, as you said that they are counselors.
Yeah,
They are very good educators. They achieve their education at a very high level to an extent that they achieve that. They're an excellent singer. They are speakers, writers, actors, even the radio jockeys that you will look
yeah.
at, artists or musicians.
Excuse me.
They are
Yeah,
like that.
got it. And whom are they compatible with? Which numbers?
So three, the most compatible number I would say is number five,
Oh,
because number five are also adventurous and spontaneous.
yeah,
With seven, they go very well because seven has have a intuitive and thoughtful approach. So that they bring out artistic and creative sides of three.
mm,
Something that they don't go well is with number four and eight, because
mm,
number four and eight both are have a very practical approach. So something
yeah,
that they don't with.
yeah, correct. And if, for example, anybody is facing some issues, then these number 3 peoples, what type of general remedies can they do which will not negatively impact?
Chanting of Guru Bij mantra, I would suggest that would help. Any kind of, they can perform selfless service towards the poor or perform voluntary work in temple.
That is
So
actually
that,
very good. You're spreading
yeah,
joy. That is what you're
right,
supposed to do, right?
yes,
Great.
yeah.
These are great insights and a fantastic discussion once again, Renu. So thank you very much, all viewers and listeners. Please like, subscribe, share the video, the podcast, and send in your queries, comments for any consultations, courses, and anything. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week with another life path number. Take care. Bye.